Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Schluntz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of tonight's high school varsity girls basketball contest between the visiting Boston Latin School Wolfpack and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. And folks, I'm not alone in today's broadcast. Joining me for the first time in a good bit after we missed him for a few games while he was dealing with an illness. He's back on the mic with us today, Brookline High freshman Sam Lowenstein. Sam, happy to have you back.
Thanks for having me on tonight, Jesse. Brookline 4-6 going against a 3-5 Boston Latin team. This game, most definitely a game that Brookline could pull off as a victory. They've been doing much better this year than they were last year, where they only won one game. Brookline 25th right now in the power rankings. If the season ended today, they would make the playoffs. Again, a big step up from last season. Boston Latin 43rd. Very much a winnable game for the Warriors.
Indeed. Couldn't have said it better myself, Sam. So Brookline trying to fight to hold on to what is currently a spot in the MIAA Division I state tournament if the season were to end today, like you said, Sam. So definitely an important one coming up. You can see by the scoreboard cam on the bottom left corner of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, that we got a little less than 3 minutes before we get this one underway. A little bit delayed start, not unusual when we had the JV game before this. And I remind you, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Esch Dental, located right in Coolidge Corner. Book your next dental appointment with local dentist and BHS sports parent, Dr. Brandon Esch, for the non-corporate personalized dentistry our community deserves. Call 617-566-0103 or go online to eschdental.com to find out more and book your appointment. Once again, 617-566-0103 or go online to eashdental.com. And as always, you can see that nice Esch Dental logo in the bottom center of your screen. And you can also check out their information in the description section down below. And a reminder, as always, folks, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to like and subscribe and leave any comments you would like to leave either in the live chat section here on YouTube or to send me an email. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. We got about a minute and a half before we get this one underway. I don't think we'll have time for rosters, but time for a quick chat here between me and Sam. And Sam, you weren't there for Tuesday's game against Walpole, but a tough, close loss for Brookline. They brought a big fight against a team that is ranked in the top 10 in Division II's power rankings in the Walpole Timberwolves. Actually went into the fourth quarter with a lead, 40-36, but then, you know, a familiar story we've seen with this team before. Their offense went cold in the fourth, held to just 3 points in the final frame, ended in a 48-43 loss. So certainly, if this game ends up being a close one, Brookline has got to find that extra gear to close things out.
Well, the problem for Brookline has been teams have been able to make Brookline look one-dimensional, whether it's the threes or getting inside. They've committed to one defense, and Brookline has just simply gotten stuck. So when the shots aren't falling, they're unable to adapt, and that's why they've lost so many close games.
We'll see what kind of game we have in store for this one, as I'm actually going to run the I'm not going to have time for the intro video because I forgot all the different things. Got lost in the shuffle there for a sec. But the PA announcer is about to take over. We'll have starting lineups and the start of tonight's ball game.
Please
All right, those are our starting lineups in National Anthem, and we're about to get the opening tip-off here in the first of 4 quarters with a fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Starting lineup, Brookline keeping with their usual starting lineup: Skylar Makaluski, Jada Kimbrough, Ivy Wheeler, Nefeli Agakich, and Olivia Matarazza. For Boston Latin, their starting lineup features both Ring sisters, number 3 Maeve Ring and number 11 Ellie Ring, as well as number 4 Chisholm Jones, number 21 Mia Saravales, and number 33 Kenzie O'Brien. Just one senior on each side in the starting lineup: Matarazza for Brookline and Ellie Ring for Boston Latin. So some young squads starting us out here today, Sam.
Most definitely, Jesse. And a big difference maker for Brookline has been their young talent. Izzy Woods had a great season. Makalevsky has been contributing a ton as a freshman for the Warriors, as she got the steal in one of the games that we called together. Brookline has been relying on their young talent, and it's worked out for them so far this season.
Indeed, and Makaluski has actually started to find more of her scoring form in the time since you last worked with us, Sam, as she posted her first career double-digit game on January 5th with 10 points against Cathedral, and then had 8 points on Tuesday against Walpole, her 2 highest scoring games thus far. So she's starting to find her rhythm. You know, still young, still needs to work on finding the hoops consistently, but starting to develop and certainly promising for years to come. Here we go, matching up for the opening tip-off. It'll be Olivia Matarazza against Chisholm Jones for the opening tip here in the first quarter. Warriors and Wolfpack facing off here at Schlunz Jam alongside Sam Lowenstein. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and here we go. The opening tip controlled by Boston Latin, but they throw it away immediately, intercepted by Nefeli Agakich. Agakich in transition, gives out to Matarazza. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound collected by Jones, who runs it the other way, trying to weave around, lost the ball. Got deflected off the body of Makaluski. It's recovered by Jada Kimbrough, racing up court. Hits the fast break layup for 2. First points of the night belong to Jada Kimbrough as Brookline takes the 2-0 lead. Pass inside goes to Chisholm Jones. Kicks it out to Saravales. Tries a long shot, no good. Rebound, Matarazza. Pass to Agakich. Chucks it up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough running the floor in transition again. Just off on the layup. Rebound by Jones. Jones running it the other way as we got full court action here at Schlunz. Jones hits the layup and ties us up at 2.
Well, there's Chisholm Jones just penetrating the double team inside for Brookline.
Agakich off a screen, gets across half court, drives in, puts up the shot, no good. Brookline attacking the hoop early, but have only hit one so far. Maeve Ring with the ball, throws it up top to Kenzie O'Brien. O'Brien swings back over to Maeve Ring. Now up top to Mia Saravales. They try and work it around the perimeter, lost out of bounds, and it'll be Brookline ball.
Oh, Brookline there just catching a break with a mistake from Boston Latin. The Warriors lined up in a regular 2-3 zone.
As they now run fast, Kimbrough off on the layup again as it's rebounded this time by Makaluski. Throws to a wide open Matarazza under the hoop for 2.
Oh, there, Jesse. Boston Latin just left the paint wide open. Matarazza being left unaccounted for.
Running with it, O'Brien throws it over to Maeve Ring. Down low, Ellie Ring stuffed by Matarazza, recovered by Jones, and Jones hits the putback to answer.
Well, strong play from Chisholm Jones, tallest player on the court for Boston Latin.
Yeah, I could see you almost wanted to call her the tallest player on the court, and then you're like, not taller than Matarazza. Jones, though, getting active, ripping that ball away from Agakich and hitting the layup. She has scored all 6 of the Wolfpack's points here in the first quarter as they lead 6-4. Quick transition move for Brookline again as they break the press. Kimbrough setting up in the half court. Pass deflected, out of bounds. It'll stay with Brookline.
Well, Boston Latin's been running some double teams here in the early going, a high aggressive defense, but they have been exposed, Jesse, in multiple instances. Brookline's been able to get open baskets.
Subs checking in for Boston Latin. We got 3 of them as the pass went inside to Matarazza. Juggled it, but kicks out to Aga Kitch. Runs in, kicks out to Wheeler. Up top, Kimbrough swings it around Makaluski. Makaluski tries to drive in, tries to force it up. No good. Rebound almost had by Matarazza, but it's chased down by the Wolfpack. Running in transition. Pass goes across to number 12, Kiara Lombard, who has checked in. Gives it back to O'Brien. O'Brien floats it into Jones, knocked back to O'Brien. O'Brien tries a shot blocked by Matarazza, recovered by Aga Kitch, and Aga Kitch draws the reach foul on Jones. And with how much Jones has been everywhere, Brookline's certainly happy to see a foul called on her.
Well, most definitely, Jesse. And in the early going, it's been the story of the tallest people on the court that we've talked about earlier. Chisholm Jones and Olivia Matarazza making big impacts for both sides.
Aga Kitch inbounds to Matarazza, who chucks it up to a wide-open Skylar Makaluski, and another defensive bust by the Wolfpack, and this time Brookline punishes them for it, the freshman with her first points of the night. And another steal by Makaluski this time as she's running in the fast break, puts up a shot, no good this time, as that one briefly knocked loose, but it is recovered by number 0, Michelle Tsupka. Across half court is Maeve Ring, gives to Tsupka. Tsupka running in, pass intercepted by Aga Kitch. Another steal for the Brookline junior as she chucks it up to Ivy Wheeler. Wheeler floats over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough under the hoop, puts up the layup, won't go. Brookline having trouble hitting their layups early in traffic. Running on the fast break, shot won't go. Rebound Makaluski. Shot was attempted by number 15, Nina Sly, who checked in earlier. And now she's going to be called for the reach foul against Makaluski.
Well, Jesse, Brookline's just had better fundamentals in the early going, as Boston Latin, with the exception of Chisholm Jones, with no points. We've just seen Boston Latin get relaxed defensively, and the Warriors have been able to take it up court in the paint without them noticing.
Having checked in for Brookline is number 1, Olivia Zanini. She replaces Nefeli Aga Kitch, and wait, did they call the foul on Wheeler? Oh, it's Boston Latin ball.
It looked to be out of bounds to me on Brookline.
Either way, stepping in, a shot no good, and a travel is called on Sara Valles. And I do think that's a foul because there are, maybe that foul is on Jones? I'm a little confused.
To me, it looked out of bounds, but
yeah, that's
we'll look
a fair,
at the replay.
That's a fair call. I think you're right there, Sam. As that's going to be a jump ball. Wheeler was juggling the inbound, and for Boston Latin, number 25, Samina Balal, who's checked in, got her hands on it. Possession arrow to Brookline, as Zanini takes the inbound, trying to work her way through the double team. She does, gets across half court, but lost the ball, knocked loose by Ellie Ring, picked up by Balal, hits the fast break layup, and gets the and one.
And Sarah Balal just powering her way inside for the and one. That's the first point scored for Boston Latin besides Chisholm Jones.
And Samina Balal will go to the line for one more here, as that was Olivia Zanini's first personal second team foul. Balal hits the and one. Boston Latin leading Brookline 9-6. Inbound goes to Kimbrough. Kimbrough racing up the sideline, has some room, racing in, kicks out to the corner. Zanini for 3, hits it! Big three-pointer from Olivia Zanini to tie us up at 9. Boston Latin trying to answer. Ellie Ring lost the ball, knocked loose by Matarazza, picked up by Makaluski, tried to chuck it up for Kimbrough, too far, intercepted by Sara Valles. Sara Valles running it the other way, running inside, push off, no call, pass out, shot was short, rebound, and a foul called on the putback as Kenzie O'Brien got the rebound off the air ball from Balal. And so it will be 2 free throws for Kenzie O'Brien here.
And Boston Latin's had most of their success here in the early going when they are able to get inside, when Brookline has a strong 2-3 zone, allowing only perimeter shots. The Warriors have dominated.
Once again, it's transition buckets, the name of the game, as O'Brien hits the first of 2 for her first point of the night. Subs on both sides for Brookline, number 2, Izzy Wood into the game, replacing Skylar Makaluski. And for Boston Latin, number 4, Chisholm Jones back in the game, replacing Ellie Ring. O'Brien hits both free throws. Boston Latin up by 2. Inbound goes to Wood. Wood Dribbling around the defender, has a lane, runs in, layup is no good. Brookline just hasn't been able to hit those layups in traffic as Jones dribbling around with it. Does manage to escape the steal, get across half court, run inside, weave around, layup won't go. Disrupted by Wheeler, who collects the rebound and is now running with it in transition. Wheeler runs in, shot won't go. Again, tight driving lanes, as I think they called a loose ball foul on Wheeler. Her first foul, fourth team foul, so any fouls on Brookline the rest of the way are going to result in bonus free throws for the Wolfpack here in the first quarter. O'Brien throws down baseline to Bilal, kicks it out to Jones. Jones, layup is good. 8 points now for Chisholm. Jones as Kimbrough is left unaccounted for, racing to the hoop, going up, won't go, but draws the foul.
Well, Boston Latin have had so many defensive lapses. It looked like they had shored up their defense as Brookline was on a scoring drought. But there, Jada Kimbrough, the speed of Kimbrough, able to drive in.
That foul called against O'Brien, first personal, second team. As Kimbrough off on the first free throw. And so far, Sam, it's really just been a case of getting those shots in. Brookline has, battled their way to the hoop a number of times, but they're not getting clean looks under the hoop. A lot of contested layups that just aren't falling for them so far.
As you said, Jesse, tight angles for the Warriors.
Kimbrough 1 for 2 at the line. She's got 3 points tonight. Walking it up is Maeve Ring back in the game. Throws it over to Nina Sly. Sly throws it up top to number 22, Chloe Taylor. They work it inside, and that's going to be out of bounds. Brookline ball as Tsupka fell out of bounds trying to collect that pass. 13-10, the Wolfpack lead the Warriors here with about 2.5 to go here in the first. Kimbrough takes the inbound, running with it. Barely keeps track of the ball. She gets across half court and breaks the press. Kimbrough, errant pass, but it's chased down by Wheeler. Wheeler swings it over to Zanini. Zanini tries for three, won't go. Rebound, Matarazza back and down, layup, no angle. And this rebound collected by Sly, passes up to Maeve Ring. Ring gives it back to Sly, turnaround shot, won't go. Rebound goes to the floor, picked up by Tsupka, tries mid-range, no good. Chisholm Jones, no good on the putback. This one tapped up from Matarazza into open space, tracked down by Wood. Wood looking for a pass. She's picked up her dribble, got it away to Zanini. Zanini tried to save it inbounds, and it's picked up by Jones. Jones gives it over to Maeve Ring, who disrupted that pass aimed at Zanini to get that takeaway. Passing around to Tsupka from the baseline. Rim roll, no good. Rebound, Wood. Wood in transition. Pass up to Zanini. Zanini tries to pass through traffic, but it's intercepted, taken away by Sly. Sly putting on the Jets on the fast break. Layup, no good. Rebound, put back, no good by Maeve Ring. Rebound now by Wood. Wood bringing it up, running in, past Kimbrough. Layup is good. Great patience by Izzy Wood on the 2-on-1 fast break. She finds Kimbrough for two. Pass knocked away by Kimbrough. Actually took away the interception from Zanini as Wheeler bringing up, throws it up. Zanini unaccounted for. Layup is good. Another defensive lapse by Boston Latin, and now Brookline has their first lead in a good bit, 14-13. Jones with the ball at the top, and a reach foul going to be called on Matarazza.
Well, Jesse, this game has been decided by whoever has the better defense in the paint. Warriors have been able to take advantage of Boston Latin, leaving really their whole side of the court wide open.
That foul was called on Matarazza, her second personal, fifth team foul. Boston Latin shooting the bonus here as Chisholm Jones goes to the line for two, and first won't go. Subs for Brookline, a mass of them. Number 11, Kyrie Simmons, and number 23, Julia Denker in the game for the first time, as Nefeli Agakic also checks back in. Few subs for Boston Latin as well, as Jones lines up for her second free throw. And she hits one of two. 9 points for the Boston Latin sophomore, as after making the free throw, she checks out for the closing seconds of this first quarter. Game is tied at 14. Agakic goes for a home run pass, finds Wood, running in, layup is good. Nefeli Agakic playing quarterback for a play as Izzy Wood, the receiver, gets her first points of the night. Boston Latin from the corner, slide, tries a running jumper, no good. Rebound, chased down by Saravalles. Saravalles throws to the corner. O'Brien running in, getting trapped, and travels. 14.3 seconds left here in the first. Agakic going for the home run again. Another completion. Wood going in. Won't go as O'Brien covered her this time. O'Brien throws it up to Saravalles. Manages to get the pass back to O'Brien, who chucks up a three. Won't go. Rebound Agakic. No time for a last shot, and that will end the first quarter. Our score at the end of one, the Brookline Warriors 16, the Boston Latin Wolfpack 14.
Well, Jesse, Brookline in their aggressiveness, Boston Latin in their aggressiveness multiple times in this first quarter. Brookline's been able to get open. We saw Izzy Wood beat the defense twice in a row. They're getting a basket. And with the exception of Chisholm Jones, Boston Latin has really been neutralized on offense. I think Brookline's looked really strong in this first affair.
During this break between the first and second quarter, I remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Esch Dental. Does anxiety keep you from seeking the dental care you need? You are not alone. Esch Dental gets it. They get you. Esch Dental in Coolidge Corner offers many options for management of dental anxiety. Go online to eschdental.com or call 617-566-0103 to book your consultation. Once again, that's eschdental.com or call 617-566-0103. That information in the description section down below. We come back out on the floor. Brookline leading by 2. Jada Kimbrough and Olivia Zanini, the leading scorers for Brookline with 5 points each, while Izzy Wood, Skylar Makaluski, and Olivia Matarazzo with 2 each. For Boston Latin, Chisholm Jones leading the way with 9, Samina Bilal with 3, and Kenzie O'Brien with 2. And it's O'Brien with the ball starting us off, swings it over to Mavering, tries a long 2, no good. Rebound by Chisholm Jones, and Chisholm Jones, the first player to reach double digits early here in the second quarter. She's got 11. Izzy Wood breaks the press, races in, ball was knocked off her leg, but it was last touched by Boston Latin, and Brookline lucky to not have a turnover there. They'll keep possession.
Well, Chisholm Jones has been outright dominant in the paint. Brookline have not had an answer, really with the exception of Olivia Matarazzo, who's been able to neutralize her a little bit.
Agakic takes the inbound, and Jones again everywhere for the Wolfpack as she knocks that one out of bounds. It'll stay Brookline ball. A bit obscured about where the inbound is coming from. Agakic throws it into Denker. Denker passes out of traffic to Simmons. Over to Wood, over to Agakic, to the corner. Zanini running baseline. Throws it across to Denker, out to Simmons. Tries to throw it across and throw it in between Wood and Agakic and out of bounds.
Well, there Boston Latin with a strong defensive shape, forcing Brookline to go lateral and force a mistake eventually.
Inbound here goes to O'Brien. O'Brien walks it up. Inbound to Jones. Jones passes down to the baseline. Ellie Ring running across, gives to Mavering, tries mid-range, overshoots it, but Saravalles on the putback. Mia Saravalles with her first points of the night as Agakic breaks the press, throws it up to Wood. Wood, quick pass to Zanini, lost it though, and it's taken away by Ellie Ring, given to O'Brien, over to Mavering. Mavering triples around to the top, pass deflected by Wood, but recovered by Saravalles. Given back to O'Brien. O'Brien sees a hole, tries a long 2, and hits it. Kenzie O'Brien, 4 points now as Boston Latin on a 6-0 run with a 20-16 lead. Wood weaving around defenders, gets tripped up, and draws the foul.
Well, the difference between the two teams in this second quarter, Boston Latin has been able to get points from not just Chisholm Jones. They've been able to spread it around a little, get some mid-range shots as Brookline forces far inside in the paint.
We got a sub checking back in for Brookline. Jada Kimbrough returns to the floor, replacing Zanini as Wood takes the inbound, throws it back to Kimbrough. Kimbrough gives back to Wood, tries for three, short. Rebound picked up by number 23, Lexi Prokopus. O'Brien throws it up. Now back out to O'Brien, and O'Brien travels.
Well, Boston Latin's had a lot of trouble with the travels. Brookline has gotten lucky in this first half with a lot of unforced errors. The Warriors have played a pretty clean game, and despite the score, they've been able to take advantage of Boston Latin's mistakes.
Agakich inbounds to Kimbrough. Kimbrough starts to drive, weaving through, and hits the layup through traffic there. 7 points now for Jada Kimbrough as she cuts the Boston Latin lead down to 2. Pass goes over to O'Brien, goes down baseline. And now a handoff to Tsupka. Pass misses, intercepted by Kyrie Simmons. Throws it up to Agakich. Agakich weaving around, going inside. Layup goes. Agakich ties us back up at 20 apiece.
Nefeli Agakich weaving her way to the paint, really unobstructed.
Pass goes up to Kiara Lombard, throws inside. And a travel again, as I think that was called against Prokopus before she got her pass away. Either that or it was O'Brien taking a step before she could start that dribble. Either way, again, more unforced errors by the Wolfpack. Give the ball back to Brookline as some subs check in, including Chisholm Jones, the high-impact player for the Wolfpack, is back on the floor. Kimbrough with the ball at the top. Score tied at 20 here in the second quarter. Gives it to Wood. Wood getting double teamed. She needs help. And she's still looking. And they call 5 seconds without passing the ball away. And boy, they just left Wood on an island on that play. They really needed someone to react faster and get into a passing lane for her as she was getting double teamed. Pass up to Jones. Jones had a wide open teammate, but her pass was blocked by Denker. Picked up by Simmons, thrown up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough lost the ball off her foot, recovered by Denker. Throws out Agakich for three. No good. Rebound chased down by Kimbrough. Gives out to Simmons. Simmons, backdoor pass. Denker, reverse layup won't go. Rebound by Prokopus. Now bringing it up, Maeve Ring throws it over to Lombard. Lombard pass blocked out of bounds by Agakich.
Agakich has made a good impact here in the second quarter. She's really added a dimension of size to Brookline's game in addition to Jada Kimbrough's a strong night.
And we've got a flurry of subs for Boston Latin here. 4 subs coming in. O'Brien and Bilal and Saravalles back in the game as O'Brien gets blitzed. She's double teamed and stepped over the half-court line. Great defensive blitz by Kimbrough and Wood to force the backcourt violation.
Well, Brookline's been better in terms of fundamentals, as we've talked about, than Boston Latin. They just haven't gotten as many shots to fall.
Wood at the top, looking, needs help, goes to Denker. Denker looking around, gives to Agakich, throws to the corner, open is Simmons, tries for three, hits it! Nothing but net from Kyrie Simmons. A big bucket off the bench for the senior. That gives Brookline the lead. Running baseline is Bilal. Pass, juggled, collected by Jones. Won't hit the shot, but does draw the foul.
And that's what Chisholm Jones does. Attracts almost unwanted attention in terms of those fouls. She's just such a dominant presence inside. She's been carrying the team on her back tonight.
That foul will be called against Agakich, her first personal, first team foul. Jones off the front rim, no good. And now Olivia Matarazza, after an extended sit on the bench to start this second quarter, comes back in replacing Denker. As Jones 0 for 2 at the line, rebound chased down by Wood as it almost bounced right back to Jones. Wood chucks it up to Simmons in the corner. Simmons almost lost the ball, gets the pass out. Agakich for three, sails it too far. Rebound Saravalles. Now O'Brien bringing it up, pass Gets it to number 5, Sarah Tracy. Throws inside to Jones. Jones looking around, backing down. Shot won't go. Rebound collected by O'Brien. O'Brien in traffic. Shot won't go, but a foul is going to be called on Simmons.
Well, Brookline has done a good job in this second quarter to defend the paint well. We've talked about how that's been a key in this game. Brookline have taken advantage of Boston Latin's defensive lapses. The Warriors have looked really solid so far.
And O'Brien in and out on the first free throw as a sub. Checking in for the Wolfpack, number 15, Nina Sly, back in the game replacing Sarah Tracy. Boston Latin getting a lot of different players playing time here in the first half as O'Brien lines up for her second of 2. And she goes 1 for 2 at the line. She's got 5 points. Brookline leads now by 2. Kimbrough races across half court. Now starting to drive, kicks to Simmons. Simmons dribbling in, throws it across to Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch over to Wood. Wood inside Matarazza, backing down. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by Bilal. Now bringing it up. O'Brien pass, no one was ready for it. Aga Kitch couldn't save it in bounds, intercepted by O'Brien, gives to Jones, tries for 3, no good. Rebound by Saravales, kicks it out long 2 from Sly, no good. Rebound Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch gets fouled by Jones, and it will stay with Brookline here with 3 minutes to go in the half.
Really, Aga Kitch being rammed into the side there. And Boston Latin have committed way more fouls than the Warriors had in this first half. Brookline have been more disciplined.
Actually, you're inaccurate on that, Sam, because it was Boston Latin that was shooting the bonus fouls in the first quarter, and they're even on team fouls here in the second. So actually, Brookline's committed more fouls because of the foul magnet of Chisholm Jones, like you mentioned before.
Maybe it's just the violations that Boston Latin have had.
Indeed, and they violated the defense there as Kimbrough hits that shot. Now a steal by Aga Kitch, making it 2 baskets in a row with a fast break layup. And a timeout called by Boston Latin. Jada Kimbrough now with 9 points following that nice slice and dice layup. And Nefeli Aga Kitch right after that bucket caught a lazy floater pass there for the interception at half court for the fast break layup.
Man, Aga Kitch just really came alive in this second quarter. Been helping Jada Kimbrough a lot, and that's the big reason why Brookline's up by 6.
And interesting to note, Jada Kimbrough currently stands at a team-leading 9 points. Interesting fun fact, Jada Kimbrough, every time she's scored in double digits this season, Brookline has won the game. That includes their first win against Wellesley, that you were here with me for that one, Sam. Their most recent win at Weymouth last week, and of course their 2 wins at the Legends Classic Holiday Tournament, of which Kimbrough was named Tournament MVP after scoring 23 points over the 2 games of the tourney. She is now 1 point away from reaching double digits. She had 9 in that Walpole game on Tuesday, and Brookline ended up coming just short. If she can get 1 more point, we'll see if that good luck charm holds for the Warriors. As we come out of the timeout, a couple of subs for Brookline on the floor for the first time. Number 14, Jaden Williams, as Boston Latin breaks the press but gets trapped. Pass quickly, gets to Jones. Jones, pass out, complete, running floater from Sly, won't go. Rebound Jones, putback does go.
Chisholm Jones almost looked like with little effort there. She just taps to it.
And she taps that one out of bounds, disrupting the passing lanes once again, as that is now 13 points for Chisholm Jones, leads all scorers. Another home run pass and another touchdown for quarterback Nefeli Aga Kitch, as Jada Kimbrough will be the first Brookline player to reach double digits with 11. Sly kicks out to Sopka for 3, answers back, nothing but net. Michelle to Sopka with her first bucket of the night. Another big home run pass. Makaluski won't hit the shot, but will get the foul.
Well, a big part of Brookline's points, they've been taking advantage of Boston Latin, who just simply haven't been getting back in time in transition. We talk about transition buckets so often. Brookline's had a great advantage in that category.
Well, it's really fascinating to see when you look at the replay. You see Kimbrough almost slipping out behind the defenders as they're looking at the inbound passer. It almost looks like, like a wide receiver sneaking behind the safeties in football, as Skylar Makaluski, after drawing the foul, goes 2 for 2 at the line and now has 4 points tonight.
They're beating the zone coverage, Jesse.
And they're going to call a travel there as Sly got disrupted and wasn't able to get the pass away before she walked. Brookline leading by 5 here, 31-26, with 1:51 to go here in the first half. Aga Kitch to inbound, throws it inside. Matarazza backing down, battling in the post. Shot won't go, but draws another foul on Jones, and that is exactly who Brookline wants to get the foul count up for. That is her 3rd foul in the first half, so she's starting to get into foul trouble, and that could spell big trouble for the Wolfpack.
Well, Olivia Matarazza does so many things for the Brookline Warriors. Interesting, she only has 2 points tonight, but she's still making a huge impact drawing fouls.
Off on the first free throw, and that really is the thing about Matarazza. Her size, her ability as a rim protector, her ability to take up space and draw attention of opposing players means even, no matter how many points she's scoring, and she has been a consistent scorer, but no matter how much she's scoring or not scoring, she's still an impact player. Maeve Ring throws it down to Sopka on the baseline, retreats out, gives it back to Maeve Ring. Ring looking around, gives back to Supka. Supka, pass inside, kicks out, number 32 along 2, no good. Sly on the putback, again won't go. Rebound, tapped out, but they're going to call an over the back on Matarazza for going over the back of Nina Sly, who was trying to get the rebound after her putback shot didn't go. And as Matarazza is now starting to get into foul trouble with 3 personal fouls, she's going to sub out for number 22, Viviana McDonald. To Supka, looking for the inbound. It's disrupted, but it is complete. The shot won't go as it was blocked by Aga Kitch. Off the floor, it's picked up by Maeve Ring, passes out. They work it around to the top to Lexi Prokopus. Prokopus gives it to Maeve Ring. Ring, pass over to Sly. Sly, back to Ring. Ring steps in, floater, no good. Rebound, Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch throwing it up to Kimbrough. Another Aga Kitch-Kimbrough connection. This time it's just going to draw the foul. But once again, those quarterback throws from Nefeli Aga Kitch having a big impact in Brookline's transition game.
And she's done a great job with that. Jada Kimbrough, wide receiver there, nearly beating the defense, nonetheless getting to the free throw line. And that time, Kimbrough weaving her way around the defense to get there.
Kimbrough good from the line for her first of 2. And second won't go, but a rebound. McDonald just missed on the putback. Loose ball picked up off the floor by the Wolfpack. Maeve Ring gets across half court, chucks pass up to Prokopus, kicks it out, long 2 attempt, no good from number 32, who's not on the roster. Pass out to Sly, goes down low to 32. 32 turns around, gives back out to Sly. Sly spins off a defender, goes in, hits the running floater for her first bucket of the night. Aga Kitch trying for another touchdown pass. Does get to Makaluski, but no home run there. Pass out, Williams runs in. Do they count the basket? I think they do, as Jaden Williams off the bench hits it and draws the foul.
Jaden Williams getting open on a pass there. And Boston Latin have struggled in their rim defense when they've been successful. Brookline's only taken 1 3-pointer taken by Zanini, which she made. Besides that, they've been all over.
As Williams gets a 3-point play there with the free throw. And like you mentioned, Zanini, one of the 2 players who's hit a 3-pointer so far, as Simmons hit one from the corner as well. And a timeout is called by Boston Latin as they saw their offense was getting eaten alive on that play, trapped in the corner there. And again, that last bucket by Williams, first off, just her second varsity career basket, had her first in the closing seconds of that win against Weymouth. So again, we'll see if patterns hold. So far, the only time Williams has scored this season was a win for Brookline. Now she's scored again, and we'll see if that's a good luck charm again. Brookline leading by 8 here in the closing seconds of the half.
Well, Jesse, the combination of that and the good luck charm of Jada Kimbrough scoring 10 points. Every time she has scored 10 points, as you alluded to earlier in the broadcast, Brookline has won. So with that double luck, I feel that Brookline could win this game. It's still going to come down to it. But the fact that Chisholm Jones is in foul trouble already, 3 fouls. Matarazzo's done a great job really to eat her alive in the paint. I think the Warriors could win this game.
Oops. And Jada Kimbrough, interestingly enough, 12 points just in the first half here. Her career high is 14 points. She got that twice last season, once against Cambridge Range, once against Newton North for the one girls basketball game that you did with me last year, Sam, on senior night. Those were Kimbrough's only double-digit outings that entire season last year. She has already got 5 double-digit games this season. Just emblematic of the leap that Brookline has taken offensively this year.
Well, she really adds another dimension to Brookline's game.
Almost another steal by Aga Kitch, but they get passing through. Now knocked loose by McDonald and recovered by Makaluski for a steal. Aga Kitch chucks it up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough goes inside. McDonald's shot, no good. Couldn't get the rim roll. Tasopka chases down the rebound, but that is going to end the half. And our score at halftime, the Brookline Warriors 36, the Boston Latin Wolfpack 28. And after a shaky start for the Warriors in that second quarter, remember at one point they gave up a 6-0 run as Boston Latin took the lead. I think it was 20-18. But then Brookline answered very well, and through the entirety of that quarter, outscored Boston Latin 20-14 in that second quarter to extend their lead.
Well, the big difference was when Chisholm Jones was out due to foul trouble. Chisholm Jones with 3 fouls in the first half. Olivia Matarazzo, a big reason for those fouls, as she worked inside very well. Despite her low point total of 3 points, she has had a ginormous impact for the Warriors. Chisholm Jones was a huge X factor for Boston Latin. As soon as she went out, it really seemed that the heart and soul of their team almost got gashed as they struggled to get back on a lot of those plays. Brookline with a ton of transition points. I think the Warriors could win this game in the second.
As we get ready for halftime, it looks like the cheerleading team will come out and perform. So I'll have our ad reads after this performance. All right, a nice performance there from the Brookline High cheerleading team. And during this halftime break, I remind you, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Esch Dental in Coolidge Corner. Esch Dental's vision is to make your dental appointment an experience to look forward to. Boutique means on-time appointments. Boutique means high tech. Boutique means integrity. Go online to eschdental.com or call 617-566-0103 to find out how you can experience Esch Dental. Once again, EASHDENTAL.com or call 617-566-0103. You can find that information in the description section down below, as well as a link to the official Venmo account of the Triple Threat Booster Club, the official booster club of Brookline High Girls Basketball. And you can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether that be through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish at 210 Harvard Street in Coolidge Corner on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the Food Pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can volunteer with the pantry and help feed your community. Once again, brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. Once again, all those links and phone numbers in the description section down below. And if you know of any local businesses or charities that you think would benefit from the extra visibility on these live streams, I encourage you to get them in touch with me. But for now, we're going to take a break and mute our mics. Brookline leading Boston Latin at halftime, 36-28. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. We'll be back shortly with the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Sam Lowenstein here at Schluntz Gym in Brookline, Massachusetts. We're here to bring you the second half of this high school varsity girls basketball contest between the Brookline Warriors and the Boston Latin School Wolfpack. And we got a special treat for you today. We're actually going to switch roles, me and Sam, for this second half. And Sam is going to make his basketball play-by-play debut on this channel. Sam, it's your show. Take it away.
All right, again, thank you so much for having me on for this opportunity, Jesse. Brookline's been playing great this season. Last season, I got a taste of a close game between Brookline and Newton North. Still a loss for Brookline, but it definitely gave them some momentum going into this season. 4-6 this year, 25th ranked, playoff bound. It's been looking great for Brookline. Here, Nefeliaga, Kitch to inbound. Sara Valles pressing her. As the referee blows it in, Aga Kitch passes it to Jada Kimbrough. Kimbrough takes it left, guarded by Kenzie O'Brien. Kimbrough cutting inside, weaving her way through, bounces down to Matarazza, gets it tipped away.
Maeve Ring just came in at the last second. It was a nice find by Kimbrough, but the last deflection, but at least Brookline keeps it.
Skylar Makalevsky, the freshman, at inbound. Passes it to Aga Kitch, running right inside the paint, guarded by two. Now taken up by Chisholm Jones. Jones hits it left. Recovered by Ring. Pass off to her sister Maeve Ring. O'Brien with it. Kenzie O'Brien pass right. Sara Valles guarded by Ivy Wheeler. Under pressure. Down to O'Brien again. Kenzie O'Brien guarded by Kimbrough. Pass stolen by Aga Kitch. Running inside and she makes it. 10-point lead for Brookline. Nefeliaga Kitch has had a great last two quarters.
She's been a thief in the night on those lateral passes. She's had a couple fast break points from that. She's now got 6 total tonight.
Well, really, so many people have had for Jesse. Jesse's Brookline has done great on those fast break opportunities. Makalevsky taking it up. Pass left, Aga Kitch. Guarded up. Pass Matarazza spinning her way inside, and she gets the roll. 40-28 Brookline.
Matarazza's ability to maneuver inside the paint is always such a thing of beauty to watch. 5 points now for her tonight.
O'Brien, pass left side, Maeve Ring cutting in, guarded by two, taken by Ivy Wheeler on the steal. Aga Kitch taking it upright, guarded by O'Brien, cuts inside, weaving her way through, contact.
They say no foul, a clean block, but it was last touched by Boston Latin, so Brookline's going to keep it.
Here, Nefeliaga Kitch to inbound. A good offensive opportunity there. Brookline have really pretty much 100% of the time with one three-pointer gone to the inside. Makalevsky with the freshman. Lays it right. Jada Kimbrough finds a wide open Ivy Wheeler. Cuts inside. Wheeler blocked away by Chisholm Jones.
It was a nice pump fake by Wheeler to get around the defender on the perimeter, but Chisholm Jones, such a strong defensive presence. If she can stay out of foul trouble and stay in, you know she's going to help Boston Latin keep this game competitive.
Well, she's been the one keeping them really whatsoever in the game. Jada Kimbrough with it. Guarded by O'Brien, runs left. Kimbrough in the paint, a little bit short. Rebound by Chisholm Jones, taking it up the right side. Guarded by Wheeler. Jones looking around under pressure. Bounce pass taken by Makalevsky. Skylar Makalevsky taking it up. Passes right side. Jada Kimbrough, open three. Rims out and tipped out of bounds. It's going to be to Subka to inbound for Boston Latin. O'Brien taking it up. Brookline with a half-court press. Number 12, Kira Lombard, guarded by two. Now it's Jones, guarded by Makalevsky, cutting into the paint. Guarded by Matarazza. Layup opportunity, and she missed it. Makalevsky gets it. Pass left side, taken up by Aga Kitch. Guarded by Lombard. Aga Kitch surveys, pass to Wheeler. Guarded by Tsubka, lays it right. Pass to Matarazza, takes a mid-range shot, a little bit of a wonky shot there. And a rebound by Kenzie O'Brien.
Yeah, wonky shot because she got pushed by a defender. But traveling call is going to give it right back to Brookline either way.
And you got to think, Jesse, maybe some aggression being unleashed by Boston Latin as they've had a rough going of it in the recent quarter.
You know, that size of Matarazza is a double-edged sword. She can do moves like this as she posts up, but sometimes she'll take contact and won't get called on the foul.
Hisupka passes left side. Mavering with it. Guarded by Wheeler, drives in. Now pass to Hisupka, falls down.
Her body touched the baseline. That's out of bounds, Brookline ball.
And it also looked like the ball came off the foot of Hisupka. Either way, Warriors ball here. Aga Kitch under some press, passes it to Makalevsky, takes it around a defender. Skylar Makalevsky driving her way, spins around, pass Olivia Matarazza. Look for Makalevsky and some miscommunication, Boston Latin ball.
Makalevsky was starting to cut in right as Matarazza picked up her dribble and decided to pass it back to her. Tough miscommunication there.
Mavering cutting her way through, wonky pass. Now Jada Kimbrough open, getting closed out on. She can't make it. Rebound opportunity, and it goes out of bounds.
Boy, another errant pass by Boston Latin. Yes, Brookline wasn't able to finish, but they've been just getting a wealth of steals this quarter.
Whistle blown here, Matarazza. Looked like she got grabbed.
Yep,
by number 23, Lexi Prokopas. On that play, Aga Kitch to inbound for a second time in a row. Aga Kitch surveys, passes it deep. Ivy Wheeler cuts, pass right side. Makalevsky open three, short. Rebound by Kira Lombard, takes it up, lost the ball. Free ball now. Jada Kimbrough gets to it. And now Lombard ends up with it again. Some commotion here from both teams. And a foul called.
Boy, where's the Benny Hill theme when you need it? Nobody wanted to hold on to that basketball on that play, Sam. It was one takeaway after another, one ball bouncing off one leg after another. Absolute craziness, but kind of an encapsulation of what this quarter has been. Just fast, chaotic play. And while there's only been 4 points in the first 3.5 minutes of this third quarter, there's been no shortage of excitement and movement between these two teams.
Well, 100%, Jesse. It's been a really exciting quarter to start the second half, and Brookline has still maintained the upper edge. Their defense has been strong. They've been able to neutralize Chisholm Jones pretty much. Or actually, yes, they have neutralized Chisholm Jones. No points for her or for the whole Boston Latin team.
I was about to say they neutralized everybody through the start of this third quarter. And while Brookline's offense hasn't been as explosive in this early part of the third quarter, their defense isn't giving them anything right now.
100%. And Jesse, we've talked about this a lot of times, but this is a totally different Brookline team than we saw last year. Still a lot of the same players, still some seniors, most definitely graduated Gigi McMahon for the Warriors, but this new team has stepped up to the occasion, and they set the tone early.
Like you said, a lot of players back, but they have stepped up and evolved their game as another big defensive play knocks it loose. It will stay with Boston Latin, but players like Kimbrough, Wheeler, Aga Kitch, and Matarazza have really stepped up and evolved their game from what it was last year. Last year they had potential. This year they have ability.
Taking it up the court, Kenzie O'Brien spins around, whistle blown. They call another travel. That's been a common theme in this game. Boston Latin, so many travels through for a bunch of their players.
And we've got a first-time sub coming in for Brookline now, number 15, Amelie Hauner, checking in.
Thrown up, Matarazza in the paint, backs the person down and gets the bucket. Brookline leads by 14 now, Olivia Matarazza.
Boy, we've been making football metaphors all day today, and Matarazza looked like a fullback bowling over a defender that time.
Just bowled her over. Makalevsky taking it up the right side. Under a double team now. Bounce pass into Matarazza. Whistle blown by the referee.
I think they're going to call. That's good. It looks like they're going to call it on Ellie Ring, I think. So maybe she hit her in the back. I thought it might have been on O'Brien for the reach, but it looks like they called it on Ring. But that's 7 points now for Olivia Matarazza after barreling over her defender on that last play.
Thrown in and tipped up by Kenzie O'Brien on the inbound.
Touched her touched the baseline, so out of bounds off Boston Latin.
Makalevsky with it, spins her away, passes, and nobody home. Kenzie O'Brien taking it up the court. Pass left side, Saravalles. Now gets it to Tracy. Left side in the corner, an open three for Mia Saravalles, and she hits.
5 points now for Mia Saravalles and the first bucket of the quarter for the Wolfpack.
Taken up by Jada Kimbrough, lost the ball. Taken by Sarah Tracy, the captain. Tracy barreling her way through. Aga Kitch missed on a block attempt. Rebound on offense by Bilal.
That's going to be a jump ball possession arrow, Boston Latin.
But even there, Brookline just working the calls, able to get a jump ball as opposed to an open possession for Boston Latin. Rebound now, Bilal takes it left under pressure. Left side open, Sarah Tracy mid-range shot, missed it. Rebound by Makalevsky. Skylar Makalevsky takes up the right side. Makalevsky cuts left, guarded by Bilal. Right side, Izzy Wood. Now in a double team, Wood trying to get it around and goes out of bounds here.
Unlucky on the deflection there. Wood tried to escape the double team after what looked like purposely drew it. It just backfired that time, and a massive substitution for Boston Latin. I think they subbed out all 5 right there.
And you can sense a little bit of a momentum swing. Brookline less explosive in their offense. Taken up by Ring, now double teamed in a half-court press. Taking it up the right side. It's 15 Sly, passes to Ring. Gets it inside, now laying it off for Chisholm Jones, who's been quiet in this second half. Just straight up shut down. But she gets 2 here, able to get to the free throw line.
Looks like they called that foul on Amelie Hauner. First personal, second team foul.
And Jones missing that one.
Jones still leads all scorers with 13 points so far tonight.
And she makes it.
14 now.
Brookline going in high tempo. Bounce pass to Olivia Zanini, who hit Brookline's lone 3 today. Zanini takes it around.
One
Passes.
of 2 threes. Remember, Simmons hit one.
2 3. Simmons hit 1 2, but. Inside the paint, Olivia Matarazza bowls a person over.
She was expecting a foul call there. That throw up of the ball was to see if she could get a shooting foul, but they didn't call anything. They just called that the Latin player fell over with no foul earning contact.
Ring gets by Honor. Right side. Sly. Loose ball. Guarded. And taken back by Izzy Wood. Pass into the left side. Honor with it. Cuts back. Miscommunication. Wood comes back to retrieve it. Cuts into the paint. Makalevsky. Honor with it now. Back to Skylar Makalevsky. Wood calling for Tazzini in the corner. Makalevsky driving inside, draws a foul.
Decent drive off a screen from Matarazza there by Makalevsky. She does have some pretty good slashing ability. And again, as just a freshman, you feel like that's potential that's going to turn into ability. Like I was talking about with some of the other players before. In the future, Makalevsky is going to be dangerous. That free throw now has her with 5 points tonight.
Well, definitely, Jesse. And she's going to develop her strength and overall ability. I think Skylar Makalevsky is going to be one of the best players on Brookline in a couple years. She already is a big part of this team, but she's going to be a superstar sooner or later. Makalevsky misses that shot. Rebound by Lombard. Here Lombard taking it right. Ball tipped up in the air by Makalevsky. And it's called Boston Latin ball.
This trap defense that Brookline's been employing right at the half-court line has been just putting Boston Latin in a vice grip as they missed that pass again. And this time, no deflection from the Brookline defense, and it's just going to be Brookline ball.
Inbound to Izzy Wood. Wood taking it around the defender Sly. Now cuts left. Wood press, pass to Honor. Honor rolls right. Now to Izzy Wood. Wood, pass to Skylar Makalewski. Makalewski pump fake, spins around. Bounce pass inside. Matarazza goes up and gets the and one. Another basket in the paint for Brookline.
Boy, when Matarazza gets left one-on-one, you know, a lot of these Brookline players, they know to look for it. Great spacing, a lot of players around the perimeter, and Matarazza one-on-one takes that defender to task and puts it up for two and possibly one more.
And one-on-one, she's incredibly difficult to stop. A little bit of miscommunication for the ball. Sly ends up getting it. Double team press employed. Sly getting around, working on Zanini, and she gets to the free throw line. Foul on Olivia Zanini there.
Boy, it's not a lot that we've seen the Latin guards be able to get around those double teams from Brookline, which is part of what made Brookline's defense so effective tonight. But Sly with some nice high-paced dribbling there to get to the hoop and draw the foul.
Sly misses the first. Say Nina Sly, only 2 points, but she's played a big role in Boston Latin's offense. She makes the second now 3. Bounce pass to Zanini. Double team to high press employed, and she crashes into Maeve Ring. Looks like they're both okay.
That is going to be a foul on Zanini, though. And this is a problem Zanini sometimes has when she's trying to take the press. She takes off with speed, but then a defender hits the ball from behind, and you end up with a loose ball like that.
Maeve Ring balked away, and Skylar Makalewski went down hard. Looked like she's all right as she tipped it down and then fell over, or was knocked over, excuse me. Olivia Zanini to inbound for the Warriors. Zanini passes Matarazza, backing down in the paint. Olivia Matarazza, she has come alive in this second half. 11 points for her tonight.
The second Brookline player to reach double figures, and what did we say? So tough to handle her one-on-one in the post.
Lombard under pressure.
That's going to be a foul on Hauner, and you could tell Brookline kicking themselves for that because that play had 10-second half-court violation written all over it if they could have just held on for a few more seconds. Instead, that's going to be their 5th foul of the quarter. That's going to draw the double bonus, and that's going to send Kiera Lombard to the line for 2.
Well, definitely, but you can also sense the frustration of Boston Latin in this second half. They've only had 5 points since the break. Lombard misses the first.
Yeah, no question. It's been such a struggle for Boston Latin since coming out of the break, like you said, Sam.
Lombard missing the second. Rebound by Makalewski. Skylar Makalewski working on Lombard. Now guarded by 2 at midcourt. Takes it left, dribbling around. Makalewski out taking it. Pass left side, Honor. Back to Makalewski. Guarded by number 21, Saravallis. Makalewski, pass right side to a wide open Izzy Wood, who then gets closed out on. Ball tipped around. Olivia Zanini went for it. Diving on the ground, it's Saravallis and Zanini.
That's going to be a jump ball call. Zanini had great hustle on the rebound. The problem is she is one of the shorter players out there, so her putback shot got stuffed at the rim.
Well, Lombard mishandles it to end the third quarter. Brookline on top, 47-33. Really, when you think about it, a pretty even third quarter, but nonetheless, Brookline keeping the momentum they have in this 14-point lead.
Well, they outscored them 11-5 in that third quarter, and that's really been the pace so far. Outscored Boston Latin by about 2 in the first quarter, outscored them by about 6 in the second quarter, and outscored them by about 6 in this quarter. So they're finding ways to make it work. But as we have this break between the third and fourth quarter, I remind the folks at home that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Esch Dental. Does anxiety keep you from seeking the dental care you need? You are not alone. Esch Dental gets it. They get you. Esch Dental in Coolidge Corner offers many options for management of dental anxiety. Go online to eschdental.com or call 617-566-0103 to book your consultation. Once again, easchdental.com or call 617-566-0103. That information again in the description section down below.
Well, in this second half, Brookline, as you said, Jesse, I miscalculated a little bit. They actually did control that third quarter. Definitely a sense of frustration for Boston Latin, but really Boston Latin, when you think about it, they did buckle down a bit on defense. Brookline had less wide open opportunities where they were able to get right past the defense of Boston Latin.
Yeah, their defense forced a lot of turnovers. They just weren't quite able to hit some of those fast break layups early, and I think that limited their scoring. I think that's why it felt a little bit more even than it was, because Brookline was also missing a bunch of shots. It's just that Latin wasn't even getting a chance to take shots on a lot of possessions because of how smothering Brookline's trap defense was in that third quarter.
And Jesse, we've talked about the problem that Boston Latin had with the travels. I think over 5 so far. Izzy Wood passes it right. Jaden Williams. Williams working on the right side. Pass back to Wood. Wood cross court intended for either Simmons or Wheeler. Ends up nearly hitting a fan. And it's Boston Latin ball. O'Brien taking it up. Double team employed at half court. O'Brien passes it left to Ring. Back to O'Brien. Loose ball. Ring gets to it. Ring taking it up the right side now through the middle. Hits her target in Mia Saravales.
Nice backdoor cut by Saravales, getting past the defense for that baseline floater.
Pass back to Ivy Wheeler, wide open for a three-pointer, and Wheeler drains it. Brookline leads by 15 here in the fourth.
First points of the night for Ivy Wheeler, and a nice tray there. Brookline's third 3 of the night, as a lot of their chances, like you mentioned, Sam, have come from the inside.
And Saravales getting tangled up there with Ivy Wheeler. And Brookline has had open three-pointers because they've been taking so many chances inside. It's allowed them to open up. Pass, right side, open Saravales. Offensive rebound by Chisholm Jones, who's been quiet. Gets her first points of the second half. Brookline leads by 13.
Well, she did have 1 point on a free throw in the third quarter, but this is definitely her first made shot from the field.
First field
in the
goal.
Second half, after putting up a game-high 13 points in the first half. Brookline has severely limited her.
And you got to think, Jesse, if the trap defense in one way or another has helped to neutralize Chisholm Jones in the second. O'Brien passes it to Jones. Chisholm Jones takes a shot, misses low.
Out of bounds, as that just was almost an air ball, touched the net a bit, but good defense by Viviana McDonald at the top of the key there.
And this is really a different Chisholm Jones that we've seen in the second half than in the first. Simmons. Pass left to Izzy Wood. Ivy Wheeler. Jaden Williams cutting into the paint. Contact. No foul called. Saravales taking it up through center court. Press from Simmons. Simmons and Williams now pressing. Pass in. Open chance for Chisholm Jones, who gets the basket.
That pressing defense that you mentioned, this is what happens when a team is able to escape it. You find someone open for 2.
Wheeler on the left side, cutting in, loose ball. Taken by Jones. Chisholm Jones pushing forward, and there is Chisholm Jones, just as after we were talking about how she was struggling in this second half, a real jinx there.
And a timeout is going to be called by Brookline, and it looks like they're getting ready to sub Olivia Matarazza back in to try and contain Jones, who has very quickly put up 6 points in the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds of this fourth quarter and cut Brookline's lead back down to single digits, 50-41 here in the fourth. Chisholm Jones now with 20 points tonight. And boy, if Boston Latin was able to generate some complementary offense alongside her, then Brookline would have been in big trouble. But of course, Brookline wouldn't have been running backups. Part of the thing is Brookline was running a lot of backups there, and they're subbing a lot of those backups out. They're going back to their starting 5 to try and regain momentum, as it's back to Agakich, Kimbrough, Wheeler, Makaluski, and Matarazza back out there on the floor as they sub out Simmons, Williams, McDonald, and Wood.
And tonight really has been the Chisholm Jones show. She's been the X factor for Boston Latin. Brookline inbound. Agakich finding a wide open Jaden Kimbrough, one of those wide receiver passes, and she misses it.
Again, less than wide open on the layup, and they haven't been able to make them, but they get those steals pretty good.
Jada Kimbrough fighting with Kenzie O'Brien for it, and it's knocked out of bounds with Brookline ball. Inbound for Agakich. Knocked down by Tasupka. Tasupka taking it right. Left side pass O'Brien. Back to Tasupka. Tasupka guarded by Wheeler. Inside, and a foul called on Skylar Makalewski.
Nice backdoor pass by Chisholm Jones, as Sarah Valles had cut along the baseline wide open, draws the shooting foul there.
And Prakapas now going to the free throw line.
Good correction. Yeah, that was Lexi Prakapas. Thank you, Sam.
And she misses the first. Prakapas' second goes in. Now an 8-point game for the first time in a while. Agakich with it. Guarded by Tasupka. Taking it right. Pass Skylar Makalewski. Guarded by Prakapas. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Last couple of plays, Brookline's been trying to find Matarazza one-on-one under the hoop, but Boston Latin reading their eyes well on those passes and getting their hands and feet in the passing lanes.
They've had so much success when they found Matarazza in the paint. She's been dominant. Makalewski with it. Cutting her way inside. Can't get the bounce, but she gets to the free throw line.
Like I said, Makaluski, she's got some ability to slash there when she sees her openings, and more of those openings are going to come with experience.
Makalewski rings out. Makalewski rings out on the first one. Second one bounces around and ends up going in. Kenzie O'Brien double teamed at half court. Wheeler to the right. Kimbrough to her left. She gets through. O'Brien bounce pass intended for Kira Lombard, and she can't find her. It's Brookline ball after the out of bounds.
Rushed the pass a bit, and that was leftover anxiety from just barely escaping that trap on all sides right at the half-court line.
For all the baskets that Boston Latin have been able to get when they've gotten open, they definitely do seem rattled by the Warriors. Kimbrough cutting around. Jada Kimbrough passes it, intended for Agakich, bounced off the hands of Agakich, and out of bounds.
It was a nice off-ball cut by Agakich, but just bobbled the ball on the catch, but still managed to get a foul call out of it.
But this Brookline ball, after it hit off the deflection, Matarazza, they find her this time. She gets the and one, or no. Offensive foul called on Olivia Matarazza.
She's been bowling people over all night, and that time just a little too egregious of an arm bump there, just a teensy bit too much arm extension, and that's 4 fouls for her. So Brookline has really got to tighten up on defense here if they want to hold on to this lead.
Really just a bit too much there. Really a fine line, Jesse. Chisholm Jones cutting inside, gets to the free throw line. Cannot get the bounce, but Chisholm Jones has really revived herself in this fourth quarter, and really subsequently, Boston Latin has too.
You know why? Matarazza hasn't been on the floor, and now she's off the floor again because of foul trouble. This is going to be a big stretch of basketball right here.
Makes the first, in the first half. Chisholm Jones went out for 3 fouls that were drew by Matarazza. So really a two-edged sword with the two dominant forces on both sides. Jones to take the second.
Lane violation. Shot didn't go, but it didn't even count.
And that's the kind of little thing that Brookline's done so much better than Boston Latin. Brookline hasn't had as many, just small violations, unforced errors. Jada Kimbrough cuts through the middle, taken by O'Brien. O'Brien runs around, double teamed by Wheeler and Kimbrough. Passes it, but to the wrong team. Jada Kimbrough, Ivy Wheeler with it, finding a wide open player in the paint. It was Julia Denker cutting through, and she just missed it. A killer for Brookline.
Man, and again, some of the layups that just haven't been falling, some of them have been contested, sure, but that one, that's one that Denker would like to have back. And interesting to note is just before that that sequence there, Chisholm Jones was taken out of the game for a bit, and this timeout by Boston Latin, they might be trying to get Jones a bit of a rest so they can keep her fresh and keep her in this game as long as possible, because they know she's the key to any possible comeback they could make here in the fourth quarter.
And without her, we saw the struggles that Boston Latin had. And then when she came back into the game, she kind of seemed a little bit, not rusty, but they struggled to reincorporate her as Brookline was adjusted. But here the Warriors up by 8, 51-43. It was an even game in the early going, controlled a little bit by Boston Latin. Then the Warriors took a big surge, had a great third quarter, solid second. And now Boston Latin trying to make a comeback. Inbound from Tracy. Kenzie O'Brien takes it up through the middle, pass right side. Saravales with it. Down to Tracy on the bounce pass. Inside, tapped away by Matarazza. O'Brien cutting in, pass right side. Saravales, who's been a threat from 3. Aga Kitch throwing it deep to Jada Kimbrough. Kimbrough, cross court pass. Ivy Wheeler, open 3. Bounces out. Rebound by Bilal. O'Brien taking it left. Passing it inside, now Bilal with it. Sarah Tracy, three-pointer too far. Offensive rebound by Ellie Ring, the captain. Pass, left side, three-pointers, short. Offensive rebound by Bilal, a block from Makalevsky, but they call a foul.
Man, that's tough. It looked like Makalevsky had enough distance between her and Bilal to get a clean block there, but I think because there were multiple defenders around the shooter, that gives the impression of a lot of contact, and an official is going to instinctively call a foul in that situation.
The first one goes in, and Jesse, that was just such a close call. Makalevsky a little bit too close to Bilal there.
Oh, no, they actually called it on Aga Kitch.
Aga Kitch?
Not on Makalevsky, because Aga Kitch was reaching around as Makalevsky was making the block. So that's why they called it on Aga Kitch.
That's a good point, Jesse. Inbound. Aga Kitch. Skylar Makalevsky. Guarded by Jones. Makalevsky cuts left. Screen by Matarazza. Pass long to Kimbrough. Ball bounces away and out of bounds. Warriors ball.
And Brookline's lucky there that deflection from O'Brien didn't go right into the hands of another Boston Latin player. They'll have another chance on this possession.
Nefeli Aga Kitch to inbound. Brookline only up by 6. Aga Kitch, deep pass to Makalevsky. Skylar Makalevsky cutting right. Pass Jada Kimbrough. Guarded by O'Brien. Kimbrough cutting left, finds an open Makalevsky who bobbles it a little bit. Makalevsky cutting right side floater, misses. Rebound by Boston Latin. Saravales guarded by Wheeler, now Kimbrough 2. Him in a good double team. Tandem, Makalevsky ends up on the floor. Take it up on the right side by Chisholm Jones. Bounces around a little bit.
Nice block by Matarazza on that play without committing a foul.
Saravallis takes an open three, a whistle blown, and a travel. Another travel. They've been killing Boston Latin this whole time.
Boston Latin one step away from cutting this to a one-score game. Unfortunate fortunes there for the Wolfpack there, Sam.
And they've had a countless amounts of travels today. It's been their kryptonite. Taken up by O'Brien. Pass left side. Sly with the shot. Rims out. Sly takes it around the right. Around the left side. And another one. Another travel. Just an unreal amount of unforced mistakes.
Hesitated, was thinking about a pass, but the passing lane was covered, and Brookline's ability to dart into those passing lanes has created that hesitation that's led to so many travels.
Kimbrough cutting through the middle. Guarded by O'Brien. Jada Kimbrough takes it left side. Pass, Skylar Makalewski. Makalewski, pass to Matarazza. Ivy Wheeler with it. Wheeler, bounce pass to Aga Kitch. Now to Matarazza. Matarazza bounces it to Wheeler, who gets it to Aga Kitch, makes a person miss, takes a shot, and she makes it. Brookline leads by 8.
Aga Kitch had no right making that shot, but she made it anyway. 8 points tonight for her, and she has muscled through for every last one of them.
A beautiful turning shot by Nefeli Aga Kitch, and she's been really an underrated presence today. Matarazza the leading scorer with 11, but Aga Kitch.
Actually, Kimbrough the leading scorer with 12.
Excuse me, yeah. Kimbrough the leading scorer, Matarazza second, but Nefeli Aga Kitch with 8 points. And she's been a big help in defending the paint. Big part of the reason why Brookline are on top. Here's Saravallis at the free throw line. She misses the first.
That foul was called against Makalewski, her second personal, but that's 5 team fouls for Brookline. Boston Latin will be shooting bonus free throws on every foul the rest of this game.
Saravallis, second one, misses. Matarazza taps it down, and Makalewski gets it. Skylar Makalewski met at midcourt. Pass left Matarazza. Matarazza cutting his Kimbrough. Matarazza double team, bounces it to Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch cuts right, guarded by 2. Ivy Wheeler with it now. Now to Kimbrough, Jada Kimbrough. Weaves around, taps it, pass to Makalewski. Double teamed, pounces it through. Matarazza takes a long 2, taps away, but time is running out. 45 seconds on the clock. Jada Kimbrough with it on a whistle blown, but Brookline wasting a ton of time there.
And that's huge, Sam, and that's partly why that offensive rebound by Nefeli Aga Kitch was so big, and also why that last bucket that she made was so big, because now it's a 3-basket game, an 8-point lead for Brookline with less than a minute, able to kill some clock, moving around, not turning the ball over, as they got it right down to the last seconds of that shot clock, and Matarazza just kind of had to fire up a desperate long 2 with her feet just over the 3-point line. But then Aga Kitch running into that open space at the top of the key to snag that offensive board. So huge for the sake of killing clock. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Boston Latin start fouling. We're about into that stage of the game where, you know, that last minute lasts for about 10 minutes. So we'll see what happens. But Brookline gotta be steady, not throw the ball away on their passes, hold on to the ball, kill clock, draw fouls, and eventually, once those bonus fouls are given to them, hit their shots at the free throw line, seal this one, and come away with the win.
And they've done a great job with that. We talked about it. Nefeli Aga Kitch, one of the unsung heroes for the Brookline Warriors. For the Warriors, Matarazza lined up in the paint. Aga Kitch looking right, gets it to Makalewski. Skylar Makalewski cuts around. Hit it back, bounces it to Kimbrough, gets it to Wheeler. Ivy Wheeler now with it. A double team attempt, whistle called. Wheeler near the out of bounds line there.
Foul on O'Brien is what's going to be called, because now they're trying to foul because Brookline is escaping their traps. As soon as Brookline finds open space, that's when you have to foul, because then you can just dribble around and kill time, and there's no chance of getting a turnover. As soon as that turnover chance is gone, you got to foul.
Kitch tapped away, and a collision between Chisholm Jones and Jada Kimbrough.
That's exactly what Brookline did not need to do there. Decided to go for that floater pass into Matarazza, but it was read well by Jones. And now she's going to go to the free throw line. If she hits both of these, it goes back to a 2-score game, and that could be huge.
And that's a killer for Brookline there. Not getting the baskets or wasting the time. But Jones misses the first.
Big miss there. She can't get it down to a 2-score game now. Boston Latin, regardless of the result of this last free throw, they're going to need at least 3 offensive possessions to tie this one.
Can Chisholm Jones provide the miracle? It comes up short. Tapped left side. Taken in by Sly. Back to Jones. Chisholm Jones cutting around the right side. Guarded by Matarazza. Passes it to the perimeter. Shot taken, and it's drained by Mia Saravales. A 5-point game, and Boston Latin with a chance.
And now here's where they're going to foul, because there's only 13.3 seconds left here, Sam. Boston Latin needs to either force a turnover or hope that Brookline misses their free throws. One more foul after this will set up the bonus, because that was, I believe, their 4th team foul. So Boston Latin has one more chance to try and intercept the inbound. And if they don't, they'll commit a foul and send Brookline to the line for 2.
Inbound to Matarazza. Olivia Matarazza. Back to Aga Kitch.
They're not fouling.
Passes, they're not fouling. Matarazza has it. And now she gets fouled with 6 seconds to go.
That was so strange. I don't know why Boston Latin waited so long to foul. It didn't look like they had a big opening for a turnover there. They waited to foul. Now just 6 seconds left, and if Matarazza hits both of these, this game is over.
Just a mental gaffe made by Boston Latin, and we've seen this so many times. Clock management, so important in these tight games. She makes the first. One more makes it a 3-score game, and will possibly put a dagger in Boston Latin. Olivia Matarazza, and it is good. A 3-possession game. The Warriors lead. 6 seconds to go. Sly with it. Pass to O'Brien. O'Brien passes. It's tapped by Makalevsky. Time expires, and the Warriors win it. They come through in the big moments.
And that's exactly what they needed. They built a big enough lead through those strong second and third quarters. Credit to Boston Latin for battling back in the 4th, but Brookline able to hold on and secure the win. Our final score here at Schluntz Gym, ladies and gentlemen, the Brookline Warriors 55, the Boston Latin Wolfpack 48. And what a game that was from Brookline, especially in the middle stages. A lot closer in the 1st and 4th quarters, which is where Brookline has struggled at points, but they stepped up in the middle of the game where they needed to and built the advantage well.
Definitely. And Brookline had less unforced errors. That was the difference maker. One of the travels for Boston Latin negated an open 3 that was made.
Absolutely.
That would have cut it to a much closer game. It was made by Sarah Valles. And in the end, Brookline, with better clock management, they were able to waste a lot of time. Boston Latin not fouling ended up being a crucial mistake. So the Warriors improved to 5-6. Boston Latin
falls to 3-6.
3-6.
And that's important for Brookline, because while the power rankings do currently have them getting to the dance, the easiest way to guarantee your spot in the postseason in the MIAA, get yourself up to a 500 record. Brookline back within 1 game of it, and you know they just got to keep improving their ability to finish these games, because they're going to face tougher foes than Boston Latin School in their schedule down the road. So they got to take from this win and keep moving forward.
For sure, Jesse. This has been a great game. Brookline coming through in the clutch. And people talk about mental toughness. This is one of those games. Brookline, they had a lot of tough moments where it looked like Boston Latin was going to make a surge. Chisholm Jones, when she was doing great. But then in the end, the Warriors were able to prevail and fend off Boston Latin.
All right, well, Sam, great job on your play-by-play debut. Thank you again so much for joining me here today. Final individual point totals for this game. Chisholm Jones leading all scorers with 21 points for Boston Latin. Mia Saravales with that last-second three-pointer there at the end actually became the second Wolfpack player to reach double figures. She finishes with 10. Samina Bilal and Kenzie O'Brien with 5 points each. Michelle Tusupka and Nina Sly with 3 points each. And Lexi Prokopus with 1 point. For Brookline, Olivia Matarazza leading the way. Those last two free throws put her into the team lead with 13. Jada Kimbrough with 12 points. All of them, I believe, in the first half, as she really helped Brookline build the lead that they could hold on to. And the streak of Brookline winning when Kimbrough reaches double figures continues. Nefeli Agakich with 8 points, including some clutch buckets down the stretch. Skylar Makaluski with 6 points, a lot of them at the stripe. Olivia Zanini with 5 points. Ivy Wheeler, Kyrie Simmons, and Jaden Williams with 3 points each. And once again, Jaden Williams has only scored in wins for Brookline so far, as another good luck streak continues there. And Izzy Wood rounds out the scoring with 2 points for Brookline. As we wrap up this broadcast, I remind you this broadcast was brought to you in part by Esch Dental, located right in Coolidge Corner. Book your next dental appointment with local dentist and BHS Sports parent Dr. Brandon Esch for the non-corporate personalized dentistry our community deserves. Call 617-566-0103 or go online to eschdental.com to find out more and book your appointment. Once again, 617-566-0103 or go online to eashdental.com. Once again, eashdental.com to find out more and book your appointment. Once again, that link and phone number in the description section down below. So is the link to the official Venmo account of the Triple Threat Booster Club, the official booster club of Brookline High Girls Basketball. Also a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. Once again, if you know of any local businesses or charities that you think would benefit from the extra visibility on these live streams, I encourage you to get them in touch with me. And you can find out some of that information about how you can get in touch with me in the description section and also in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can just contact me directly via my email, which you can see right there. Email me directly with any questions, comments, or requests you may have. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where I post highlights from previous live streams. And this time, the highlights from tonight going to, contain multiple play-by-play voices with both me and Sam. So that's an extra reason to check out the highlights when they go up tonight. But for this live stream, we're going to wrap things up. Final score, Brookline 55, Boston Latin 48. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Schluntz Gym in Brookline, Massachusetts. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.